Chapter 5: Uluru and Other Wonders. One of the most beautiful things you can see in Australia is Uluru, also called Ayers Rock. It is an enormous rock alone in the middle of the desert southwest of Alice Springs. It is 3 kilometers long and 348 meters high, but there are another 2,100 meters under the ground. Uluru is 600 million years old, and for a long time people thought that it was the largest rock of its kind in the world. In fact, Mount Augustus in Western Australia is 2.5 times as big as Uluru. Thousands of tourists come each year to walk around it and look at it. The best time to see it is at the end of the day, when its color changes from yellow to gold, red, and then purple. Some visitors like to see Uluru from a plane. Others ride out into the desert to see it from a long way away. Uluru is a special place for Aborigines, and it belongs to the Anangu, Aboriginal people of the Pitjantjatjara group. Then there is a Great Barrier Reef. At 2,500 kilometers, it is the world's longest coral reef. Parts of the reef are 20,000 years old, and 1,500 different kinds of fish live there. It is very popular with tourists who come to visit the islands and beaches, swim in the clear, warm water, and take boat rides to see the fish and the coral. Coober Pedy, which is about 846 kilometers northwest of Adelaide, is a really extraordinary place. The beautiful blue-green stones called opals were first found here in 1915, and more than 90% of the world's opals come from here. But it is very hot and dry, from 35 to 45 degrees day after day in the summer. So, most people live under the ground in houses which are dug out of the rock. Here they can stay cool, and if they want a bigger house, they just dig another room. Coober Pedy's first tree was made of metal, and you can still see it on a hill outside the town. The Aboriginal name, Coober Pedy, actually means white man in a hole. Lakes are usually cool and wet, but not in Australia. The big lakes of the desert are dry most of the time. Enormous Lake Eyre, which is 210 kilometers long and 65 kilometers wide, was dry for 100 years until 1950, and the lake is only full of water about once every 8 years. But now, there is a Lake Eyre Yacht Club. When it rains, people who belong to the yacht club go to the lake to sail, while they can. Lake Mungo in New South Wales has had no water for 16,000 years. Another interesting place to visit is the Bungle Bungle Range in the Purnululu National Park in Western Australia. Here, there are strange orange and black hills made into round shapes by the wind and rain. There are also many kinds of birds and animals here, and Aboriginal paintings. In Tasmania, 43% of the land is covered in forest, and some of the tallest trees in the world are here. Some of the oldest trees are here too. Huon pines can grow for 3,000 years or more. There are 17 different parks with beautiful beaches, lakes, and rivers, and there are hundreds of different walks that you can take. Finally, there is the Todd River Regatta, a festival of boat races which happens every year on the Todd River in Alice Springs. The river is nearly always dry, so special boats are built for the races. These boats have sides but no bottom. The sailors stand inside them and carry the boats as they run along the dry riverbed. There are races for boats with 2 people and races for big boats with 10 people. The races end with a big water fight. Hundreds of people come to see these crazy races and enjoy the day.